Hey, how's it going, everybody? Thanks for joining me for today's video. I just wanted to go over what I'm running so far this year in my day hiking setup and just kind of my overall everyday kind of carry. It changes depending on where I'm going to be, if I'm going to be spending more time in the city with friends and family, or if I'm going to be going out for the day hiking or doing a potential overnight. So I try to adapt, whether it's pouches or certain items or whatever, to that. That also includes the weather. So I'm pretty vigilant about looking at the weather ahead of time before going out and seeing what I'm going to need. So on a day like today, when there's not a cloud in the sky and I've been out here sweating my butt off, I'm not carrying something like a poncho or a tarp or something like that, because just out here for the day, and it's not supposed to rain. The weather looks good, and I'll be back before dark. So I will change that up depending on if I'm going to be out longer, if there's potential chance for rain. I'll bring a poncho or a small tarp or whatnot. So first off, let's check out what I'm running here. This is my brand new 2019 Dayruck by the Hidden Woodsmen. First I didn't think I was going to be a big fan of the all black. When I saw it online and saw a couple of people with it on social media and stuff, I didn't know if I'd like it. But man, when I saw this thing in person at Blade Show earlier this year, I had to have it. I love it. I love the black and tan. This is subtle enough that I could pack this out with my laptop and clothing and go stay over at a family's house, or take it to the airport. It's small enough I can put it between my legs or underneath the seat on an airplane. It's just perfect. It's not nearly as obtrusive as some kind of heavy camoed kind of thing. I like those packs. Before this, I'd been running version previous to this of the Dayruck and the woodland camo. I took that with me to Alaska all last year and beat the tar out of it, and I love it. And this is just another one that he's made that I'm a big fan of. So the black will get dirtier, but man, I love the way it looks. So that's what I'm running. It's been really good to me so far, and I have a couple of side pouches coming in that I can add, like I said, my rain gear, sleep system, or whatever, to out here on the side to give me more versatility. So let's dive into this. So first off, to help get me up off the ground, I have his signal panel. This is one that I just got from the Pathfinder Gathering, and it's like his extra large signal panel, so it's bigger than his previous one. And then I also have his sit and kneel pad, and that just goes right here into the back, where the water bladder could go or whatnot. That folds up perfect and fits in there. Like I said, that is here right off the top. I can grab it right out of this pouch. I don't have it on my side, but I'll go over my belt knife in a second. But the way that I have this set up is he has two large internal pockets, a zippered pocket here in the front, and then your water bladder in the back. And the things that I want to get to fastest and that are most important, I keep at the top. So that's normally either I stuff my poncho or my tarp up here on top with my ridgeline, so I can pull it out real quick. So in this case, right on the top, so I can get access to it quickly, I have my tourniquet and shears. This is a tourniquet made by the same people that make SAM splints. I'll put a link in the description below. I'm really impressed with that tourniquet. It's one that my instructor, when I went through Wilderness First Responder in Alaska, she was really impressed with it, and I've just been running that since. And then I have my first aid kit slash blowout kit for me. This is individual, and it's tailored towards me and what I want and what I think I need. So I'll go over this in a future video, but basically there's stuff in here to stop mass bleeding and that kind of stuff, things that I feel like I'm qualified to do with the training that I have. And then it has your everyday boo-boo kit, cuts and scrapes, burns, blisters, headaches, all that kind of stuff. So those two things sit on top, and this is actually the one by Centerline Systems that he made for Black Scout Survival. And it's got a really cool system that you can just pull this red tab and everything in here pops out so that you don't have to fumble through anything. Really happy with that. Next, underneath that, I normally have these on the outside, but these are my gloves. These are ones that I've been running now for a couple of months. John at Badger Claw Leather sent me these, and really happy with them. They're all elk skin, and he puts a nice coating on them, and they already have a grommet hole there to where you can hang them. Next, beside the water bottle, I have my folding saw. In this side pocket, I've been running Grail water filters for quite a while now. I got on their Kickstarter for the very first one they did, the ultralight, and I actually sent feedback to them about what I would like to see if they ever did an updated version. And then like a year later or so, I can't remember, they started another Kickstarter for the GeoPress. So I got in on that, and this is by far my favorite water filter. Lots of people are running these now, and it's well worth it. Lightweight, and it's a lot easier than boiling, and it makes your water taste better. So I might do a separate review on this later. A lot of people already have one on these though. On the other side, I still carry a metal container with me. Water is really important here for me here in Texas, so I don't mind carrying containers that can carry water for me. I've got my heavy cover canteen, nesting cup. That's all there in the side pouches. And then in the very back of the bladder pouch, where I have the signal panel and my sit kneel pad, I have a bandana from Wazoo Survival. This is the one that Nicole Appelian and Dr. Merriweather did, their wild edibles and foraging one. So in the main pouch, I have the survival scarf from Tough Possum. I got this thing when he first made them, back when he first started making stuff, and I love it. It's just a long tube pouch. It's reversible, super soft, double line, so it's got an orange ripstop liner on the inside and then the OD green on the outside. It's really handy. You can wipe your face off with it. I normally put stuff in here to make a pillow. You can wrap it around your waist to make an impromptu satchel to carry stuff. It's just really handy to have, and it's long enough that I can make a sling out of it if I need to. So that's really important for me. Next, I have my fire kit. I'll break that down here in a second. Hank of bank line. My kind of odds and ends utility pouch. I'll break that down here in a second. And then a drum liner. And then in this front zipper pouch, like admin pouch, pen and pad. Another little headlamp battery kind of pouch. Some reading material / in case I need to refresh anything. This is just a field guide that I use during my wilderness first responder course. I just like to keep it with me. And all of my cordage. I have bank line, Technora, and I think that's Technora. It's the lightweight, really strong stuff. It might be Anima. And then a preset ridgeline with prusik loops and all that I can string up really quick. And I have all that tied together with just some shock cord and a cord lock. Alright, so let's go over my fire kit. This is a center zip pouch from the Hidden Woodsmen. This is what he calls his white rabbit pattern. This is one I picked up from him this year at the gathering. And in here is pretty much all the different ways that I love to practice fire, and just all the things that I've found that have worked for me over the years. So a small little knife. This is called the Patriot from LT Wright. It's got a super sharp spine on it, and it's just a handy little knife to do fine chores with, and it's just another redundancy, another backup to the backup. I have the belt buckle, bearing block, and steel striker from Larry Roberts. I don't use it as a belt buckle. I have a nylon belt, but I love carrying this because it gives me something I know will throw really good sparks, a nice big handhold that won't heat up on me, and a point that I need to resharpen because I've used it over the years, but this is normally sharp enough I can punch this through thin wood or something if I'm making like a fork or whatever and want to punch a hole in the end to string it up to something. Next, I have my char tin. I have this put together with a little rubber ranger band. In here I have some reverse wrapped cotton cloth from a t-shirt I've found from buddy on Instagram called Northwest Primate. He's a really good follow, super innovative guy, really technical at fire and whatnot. But he did a few posts on reverse wrapping cotton and charring it. And what you get are these really nice pieces of char that stay together, and they're nice and thick. And you can just break an end of it off, and it stays together as an ember a lot longer. I've got my rock. It's a piece of Keokuk chert. And then I have another striker, but this is also somewhat of a little of a multi-tool. So Emberlit, the one who makes this, but Mikkel came out with his hand fishing kit on Kickstarter, and this was kind of a bonus to sign up for. But I really like this because this is actually like a comb that I can use to comb out my beard if I've been out here a couple of days and it's nasty. But this down here works really well for stripping cordage, or for making cordage and stripping bark. On yucca and plant fibers, I can put this down on the ground and pull my fibrous material through there, and it helps strip it down and break it apart. And then you have a bottle opener down here on that end. So that's another little kit, another little nice piece of the kit. I have a little small, another redundancy, a little small ferro rod with duct tape on it in here that I can strike that with. All right, moving right along. Next I have my match case, the Exo match case from Exotac. In here I've got Yuko storm matches. It comes with a striker inside and then another one that sits down in there. Nice rubber O-ring seal on here. It's just a fun way to practice fire. I'm not a huge fan of matches, but it's just another thing to add to the kit to practice. I have the Exotac Titan lighter. I put a little lanyard on here with another ferro rod, and I can actually hold this against the cap like this and strike it with the edge of this little small knife if I have to. Another redundancy. This is an awesome lighter. It's by far my favorite one. I have my magnifying lens in here. This is just a little leather pouch that I made for it, and it's a nice big magnifying lens with a chip on the end. So this is a free way to start fire. As long as you have the sun, it's sustainable that way. Cotton bandana candle by Exotac. This is their 4-hour nano. It's all beeswax. These things are awesome. They don't weigh anything. Beeswax can do a lot for you, and it's nice to just have an open flame around camp if you just want to have it under your tarp. Some man-made tinder. This is the fat rope stick by, I think they're Pro Camp Tech now. This stuff is incredible. But anyways, it's infused with some kind of waxy stuff. I don't know, but it breaks down, and there is probably 20-30 fires in just this little piece that I cut off. And then I have another signal panel in here to just do fire prep on in case I forget this one. And this is the first run that he made, and it's just a smaller version of what you see underneath. Next up is this survival pouch that sits in the very bottom of my pack. It kind of puts all the weight at the bottom and helps it sit up. This is just another pouch from the Hidden Woodsmen that I put some of the Exotac Tinder Zip stuff on. I'm all about redundancies. Well, actually here on the outside, I have a couple of things. I've got some big tweezers, spare lighter, and a whistle. One of the Topps nice whistles. This is just kind of like my odds and ends repair kit kind of thing. I have the Exotac Rip Spool. This thing is awesome. There's a lot of people that have done videos on this already, but it's basically a mini fishing kit and repair kit. So you have braided fishing line here, duct tape. I took the duct tape that was on here off and replaced it with Gorilla Tape. And then when you twist this apart, there is a needle inside that you can use as an awl. And then there's enough room in here to put really small fishing hooks and weights in. This thing has come in handy. I've actually repaired my pants with this before. I have my sharpening system that I carry out in the field. This is my Work Sharp guided field sharpener. I did a review on this years ago. This is the same one. It's still going strong, except for the strop. Next I have this stuff called Beef Fat by Red Eyed Hog. So this is also good for cooking, to to put on your pan or bottom of your skillet or whatever. But it's also natural fat, so you can imagine the things that this is good for: fire starting, lip balm, putting it on your tools to keep it from rusting. It's really good stuff, and it does pretty well here in the high temperatures too in Texas. Next, I have my Firebox Nano. This is in the X case. This is just an awesome little wood stove, and this X case is nice here in the dry areas because it gets it off the ground, and the embers and the ash and stuff fall into the case and not onto the ground. So that's everything on this side. Over here in the middle, I have my multi-tool. I run the Leatherman OHT. I've had this multi-tool for a really long time. I did a video review on this years and years ago. It's still going strong. I'm a fan of it being one-handed and being able to flick it open. It hasn't broken, it hasn't failed me, so that's the way I do. I just run stuff into the ground until it breaks. Pouch is just kind of random stuff. Another lighter, spare ferro rod with the whistle, my lid for my canteen cup set, and then the base plate and the sticks that go along with the Firebox stove. Small ceramic sharpener. So that's everything in this pouch that sits in the bottom of my pack. And last, this little pocket pouch here by the Hidden Woodsmen that I keep in the zippered inside section of the pack. I have my headlamp. This is a Phoenix headlamp. I'm not sure of the model, but man, I've been running this thing for a really long time too. It's all a metal body, and it's got O-rings on both ends that keep everything nice and dry. So really simple light. Some spare AAA batteries are in here, and my compass and lanyard with pace beads on it. So that is everything that I'm running in my day hiking kit. A lot of redundancies, but I just get really comfortable with a lot of the stuff that I have, and I just like it, and it works for me. So it doesn't weigh too much, and I know that everything I need is in there, minus, like I said, either a tarp or poncho, and then snacks, food, snacks kind of stuff. Lately I've been trying to eat and get my snacks and stuff in before I come out, but that's really the only thing I would add to it is a small kind of shelter system and maybe some food or something for the trail. But other than that, thanks for watching today's video. Hope you've had a great week, and remember, get outside and enjoy the woods. Thanks for watching.